Hello everyone, this is Direwolf20, and I hope you brought your towels along because this is episode 42 of Direwolf20's Let's Play series. How's it going, everybody? Last episode, we set up a little system for automating the breeding and moving and growing of cows. And we've got this nifty little ritual from Blood Magic here that rapidly increases the growth of cows, bringing down the time from 20 minutes per baby to adult animal to 3 minutes. So very quickly will these baby animals turn into adults and we'll be good shape. Now the next thing we need to do is automate the slaughtering of these cows and collecting the beef that we need. Because my goal is to make beef Wellington. We've already got started some spinach and some white mushrooms and some wheat, and we've got that auto growing over here in this nifty little farm. Hooray! And we've been storing the resources right here, and we can see that we've already got over a stack of white mushrooms and a stack of spinach, and we've got looks like 32. We've currently got 4 wheat, so not so much wheat. Could probably use more wheat. Keeping in mind that we're using the wheat that we have to, feed the animals, I'm thinking we might, and I'm, just decided this in the last minute, might need to add to this farm, and we'll put that in there. So you should be cool. Nice. Good deal. So we've got worms, we've got, this is just regular glass up here, isn't it? We should make more greenhouse glass, shouldn't we? We totally should make more greenhouse glass. Neither of those were the staff of traveling. What would be involved in making, how much do we need? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 49 greenhouse glass. I haven't even taught you how to do this because you need empowered crystals. So 49 divided by 3 is a large number, isn't it? Let's see, that's 13, 14, 15, 16-ish? 16 or 17, give or take? Yeah, that sounds bad. That's a lot of diamonds. Of which we don't have a huge amount. Well, we'll figure something out. I mean, the worms are definitely helping. So that's, a thing. And we're doing pretty good. So maybe once we get more resources, I could always just, turn on. Yoink. This guy. Get some resource collection going on. And if we were to pop over to this area, we should see another thing that we set up recently, which is this guy. Getting drained quite significantly. Close to 10,000 R for tick being pulled out of there. But that's okay. These guys are kicking on, and this thing will kick on shortly. So I'm going to let this run for a few minutes, probably take a nap, and then get started with the automation of the beef. And then hopefully, once we've got that up and running, I'd like to at least see, because I haven't even looked at what the beef Wellington does in a culinary generator, but it's definitely an option, right? Depending on how much beef we get, it would be cool. Now, there's a few things. I'd really like to be able to put looting on this, on the killing of these cows, because looting would be great. Let's see, dark utilities. I don't think there's anything that can automatically kill animals with looting, to be honest with you, unless I did some kind of attractor obelisk setup. But I don't think attractor obelisks are going to work on non-adult creatures. I mean, we could try a couple things, because it would be cool if I could, do looting. That would be neat. It might even be worth trying something with an attractor obelisk. Let's see. We need a soul vial of a villager for that. Let's set it up the way we want to do it now, and then I might check it out in a little bit. Attractor obelisk, huh? I don't think attractor obelisk will differentiate between adult cows and baby cows. I'm almost certain it won't. And that's really the problem, right? So, alright, let's come back in a minute. I would like to, well, I don't think we need to come back, because I know what I want to make. I want to make something from Britannia. This nifty flower, the Dreadthorn, is super nice and useful. The Dreadthorn is a slightly more specific counterpart to the Belthorn, by which instead of all mobs around it, it'll only hurt adult animals. Cool. The Bellthorn will use mana to harm any living beings except players around it. So what I want is the Dreadthorn. It only hurts adult animals. So 3 black petals, 2 cyan, and a redstone root, which is easy. It's just grass. Let's get some shears. I can put away these seeds for now. And redstone, right? So this is actually like a really easy flower to make. There we go. So 3 black and a couple cyan, was it? Nice. And seeds. Beautiful. We're also going to need, how are we over here? Probably use a little bit of stone. We're also going to want to have a mana pool over there that we'll eventually want to automatically feed, but I don't think it uses a whole lot of mana to do this. And might as well harvest our cactus while we're here. So these guys will grow that. I've got a mana tablet on me, which is cool. You guys are all set up and good. I don't have any extra red coal in there. And these things are growing just fine. Would really like to have greenhouse glass up here, but it's just too expensive at this moment. What do I know how to make empowered wise? I know how to make the diamantine crystals, right? So we'd have to do a lot. Well, no, wait, it's lapis, isn't it, that we use for the greenhouse glass, not green diamantine? Yeah, empowered pales crystallis. So that's lapis. So that's actually not too bad. How am I for lapis? You know what? I have 1,000. I think we can do this. Yeah, for a minute I thought it was diamond and I was just being a derp. Let's teach this thing how to make the following. So you know how to make empowered palus at all? You don't know anything about palus, do you? Man, you're a bum. All right, so let's do this. I'm going to teach it how to do the block form of palus crystallis. So what we're going to say is a block of lapis. Oh man, you're doing a whole bunch of work, aren't you? Actually, I think I can teach it this, right? Yes, shift click. I forgot. I always forget you can shift click this thing because I never expect that that will work. Cool. And then we'll put these in here. And then this guy will say this. Cool. And that should be cool. And now you know how to make palus crystallis. And then for greenhouse glass, we'll teach it this. Okay. So let's see how well this works out. So the greenhouse glass goes here. This guy gets our this thing, and up here we get this dude. And we may have already set up on this. Yes, the insertion of prismarine shards, which means we're good. So if I asked for a palus block now, missing lapis block. Okay, cool. I always forget that. Oh, I know why. Hold on. I have to go in here and blacklist this thing. Nice. And now you should be able to craft it. Beautiful. Okay, cool. So we should be able to get some greenhouse glass going here. Let's ask for 50. Does that sound fair? I'm going to let that thing finish so that it actually has the one palus block in there, and that'll be good. Come on, lasers, let's go. Come on. Those lasers take a while, huh? There it goes. Nice. Oh, you know what else I need to do before I do that? I have to tell this guy import bus. Cool. Alright, let's make sure that you're not being too much of a derp. Cool. Alright, let's try making 50 greenhouse glass and we'll see how it goes. We'll probably get stuck at some point. We're missing a bunch of things. Alright, we'll work on it a little bit later. For now, let's try out this Bellthorn thing. So the other thing we're going to need to do is collect the resources that come out of this. So for dark utilities, we're going to need one of these dudes. Ender Hopper. Nice. And I wouldn't mind... I think it's called a relay, right? Refined storage relay? No, that's the one that takes the torch thing. What's it called? Refined storage relay is like a toggle thing to turn on and off. Interface? Yeah, this is probably what I want. Do you know how to make interfaces? Did I teach you that? No. So let's teach it how to make an interface. You just go right into here. Wow, you are full. Should probably have another crafter at some point. Let's get another crafter and solderer. Do I have another solderer? I do. And a crafter. And an importer. Nice. So this will be easy to set up. So we'll just pop the solderer here. The importer. Man, that's a mess of dire wire if I ever saw it. The crafter. And I should probably move a couple things out of this crafter. Let's move silicon. And some of these upgrades. Does that sound cool? Nice. My basement's getting to look a little terrible. Alright, that'll do. So now I can get my interface. And interfaces work very much the same way as the interfaces in Applied Energistics. So, we hit start on this dude. It's going to do a little bit of crafting. See why I separated out the silicon into this one? Because this is making a bunch of other things, and then it's using the silicon while this one still crafts silicon. I could probably get some speed upgrades going in this too, right? Nice. Yeah, definitely a good idea. Work in progress. Processing glass. Okay, cool. So the interface is cool because basically what it does is when you've got an interface hooked up to a network, any items that go into the interface import system will just get pulled right into the network. So they just go right in, which is great. So that's pretty cool. You can also specify that it keeps a certain amount of items. So if you want to keep like, you know, half a stack of dirt, you just put it in the interface export there and it'll automatically keep dirt available. And every time you pull dirt out, it'll always, you know, keep exactly the amount that you asked for. And then anything that goes in there slowly gets sorted in, and you can remove this filter as well. Nice, right? So what we're going to do is set it up. It's a little bit slow to import things, but obviously you can put speed upgrades in there. We're going to set this up over at the farm. So we're going to need a few cables to get me over there. We're probably going to need at least another stack of them. Nice. And it's getting dark out. So let's come back and check this out. So as you can see, we have a lot of adult cows down here, which is what we would expect at this point. So let's get underground a little bit. Alright, a little bit lower. Now we're talking. So right under the Master Ritual Stone, I'm going to place my interface. And we're going to set up this Ender Hopper right on top of it, which is cool. Shift right clicking the Ender Hopper gives you like a visual range of how much area it gets. And you can see that we're actually We're reaching out to there, so we'll probably definitely reach out back to here. And basically the way this works is pretty good. Any item that gets dropped in the world will be ender hoppered and sucked into that thing. I think we've used them during the Let's Play before, but you can see there's the toast, right? Shows up in the interface import, and it's ready to be sucked into the network. So now we just have to run some cabling. So let's run all the way across to here. And I'm assuming that at some point I'll run into something that's recognizable. Hello, basement. Nice. So roughly here, nice, is what I'm looking for my cable, because I've got the network cable around here somewhere. Yeah, there we go. Let's just work around this block. That's cool, right? So we can, if we can check now, we should have our cable that we asked for. Nice, a stackish of it. Now I could obviously use a wireless network transmitter thing, but keep in mind that that's a lot of RF cost, and I'm trying to keep the cost of my base down in terms of RF, right? So there's no reason to waste energy at this point. I mean, obviously we just set up that deep resonance thing, right? And it's great, and it's doing a good job, and I love it, don't get me wrong. But, you know, no sense wasting power just because we have a lot of it now. So we set this dude up, right? And now, any items that were in the network interface, right? So let's say we drop this cable on the ground. Boom, it got sucked up and it gets put right in there. Interfaced, boom. Cool. And that's getting sucked up. And it's just being put straight into the network. Nice. So now the last step of this is getting this bellthorn planted down. Now I'd like him to not sit on dirt, so I'm going to turn him into the floating flower variety. So first we need turn him into the glowstone variety with a mystical, right? So do we have any mysticals in here? We have a pink one, that's fine. Doesn't really matter which one we use. Okay, glimmering pink. We need, do I still have my shears on me? Yes. One of these dudes. Now I don't want this under here. And then we drop this in here, and we've got our pasture seeds. And for now, let's just put this right here so that, you know, when we want to use him, he's available. And then U plus pasture seed plus dirt will give me a floating flower, and that floating flower combined with the dreadthorn gives me a floating dreadthorn, which is awesome. Because this thing can sit anywhere. It doesn't have to sit on dirt, even though it's a flower. Nice. All right, now if I can only get this thing placed, I'd like him to sit right on... Come on, cows. Cow butt's in the way. There we go. Cool. Now I think the only other thing we need is some mana down there to feed that thing. This thing is way too efficient at breaking dirt. Just like, oh, there's dirt here, I'll just break it instantly. Not that I'm complaining. Just stating a fact. You can go away. Cool. So a little bit of mana. We've got some in our tablet, so I'll bring this down here. I'm thinking the mana, for now, we'll put this under here. I don't know how I'm going to automate this. I haven't figured that out or thought that far in advance. I think a big part of it is going to be how much mana it actually costs to keep this thing running. So we're going to probably disable you for a second, because I'm about to drop some mana on this thing. And if we pop upstairs, let's make sure we have our wand of the forest set up, because we might need to bind that guy to the mana pool, because he wasn't bound to a pool. Well, there wasn't a pool nearby when we placed him. So see how it says no mana pool? So shift right click with the wand of the forest. I can put this back down now, and look, totally working. Look, the adult animals are being killed, and then the beef and the leather is being hoppered in. Isn't that cool? Taking off my magnet for a minute. So the bellthorn's doing its job, right? How great is that? Let's check out our wheat situation here. Grab this half a stack. Oh, you're hitting... Okay, your radius is larger than I had hoped. Bellthorn, please. All right, we're gonna have to do something about this. We can shrink this radius. We can do something about that. So let's actually check out the Manaseer monocle. So the Bellthorn, it's probably sitting in that interface waiting to be transferred in at the moment. We can fix this. Right? Oh, I got it. Okay, cool. Let's get our Manaseer monocle. I did not expect it to be that big of a range, to be honest with you. Don't I have a Manaseer monocle? I thought I did. Maybe it's in here? Maybe not. Oh well, let's make one. Manaseer monocle. Swore I had one. Make me just one piece of glass, please. Thank you. Could have sworn I had one of these already, but... Right click to equip it, and you're good. Cool. We can see his range by just placing him in the world. Yeah, that is a pretty decent range. I think... Floating petite Bellthorn. You can get petite flowers by just dropping them in to a mana infusion. I don't know if it works with the floating version, though, if it's already floating. Can I get this guy off the flower anyway? Might need to make another Bellthorn. Not that this is a big task, but let's grow this real quick just so we have a few more of these. Ah, I missed. Alright, so what I've done is made a smaller Dreadthorn. Right? Oh, it needs the catalyst on there, that's why. Cool. Would that have worked with the floating flower version? Nope. There's not a mini version of the Dreadthorn? Well, that's annoying. That's definitely annoying. Well, that's why it doesn't work. Alright. Need to think. So it looks like the Dreadthorn's range, and you can sticky this with, I think you put this in bind mode. Yeah. And now it keeps the range up. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 blocks, right? So if I wanted to reach all the animals in here, but no further, then we really want this to be on the other side of this wall, right? So I could totally just put it right on the other side of this wall. I could totally just float right here, right? And then sticky the range on it. And we can see that it's going to reach all those things there, but no further. Cool. And it's not affecting them at all either, which is good. And also I don't have to bind it now because it's already bound. It found a mana pool nearby. Nice. So that's a solution. I was going to do this, the shrinking version, but this will do. Now, here's the rub. I don't want to kill any cows right now that get bred because, hello, cow and floor. What are you doing there? Let's get ourselves a lasso. I should have one, right? Yay. I'd like to have more adults up here because the more adults we have, the faster we can breed. So let's get our wheat back. And I want to get a lever. Almost any flower, and I think this is accurate to the Bellthorn as well, and we can probably put this extra Bellthorn away, and you guys, and this, that has a redstone root in its recipe, means that it responds to a redstone signal. So I believe that by giving this thing a redstone signal, it's going to disable its functionality, and it's not going to run. I think that's accurate. We'll find out. So we're going to grow some more animals. And what's going to happen is the babies are going to fall through like we would expect, right? But we're going to go ahead and capture them down here. They won't get killed when they turn to adults because of the redstone signal, I hope. And then we'll put them upstairs, and that'll be good. All right, so we'll be back in a few minutes. I think I figured out how the cow got in the floor. Yeah, the baby falls through the mob filter here and lands on this block. Maybe these shouldn't be mob filters. I don't know. Obviously, I need to work on this design a little bit. I thought I had it correctly mapped out, but maybe not. So I could either make this dirt above it or put some more. I'll probably clear out another layer around here, but that's fine. These guys should be getting close to growing. All right, guys, and we've now got adult animals here. Nice, which aren't being killed because of the redstone signal. Beautiful. So we can bring them upstairs as intended. I also expanded the room in here so you can see that. Eliminated that baby cow problem. Nice. Are we out of wheat already? Not really, but we're getting there. See, we didn't get a lot of cows because half the ones up here died a minute ago. All right, cool. We'll get a couple more. How many animals nearby? You can tell by mousing over. 13. So I'll get like 3 more, so we have an even 18, and then we'll be in good shape. And then we'll turn the redstone signal off, and then we'll have automatic beef. Nice. While I'm waiting, let's come over here. Wouldn't it be cool to have some nice looking glass? I think it might be. Just so I can see what's going on down here. Would that be a nice idea? So we'll fill this area in, and then we can have just like a nice little view into the area, right? And then we'll put some mana glass, which is really nice looking stuff. Plus you get it back when you break it, which is always appreciated. How's that look? Cool? Nice. And then we can obviously, you know, teleport in there if we ever need to. I like that. Cool. All right, and then cover this up, and we're good. Just need to turn off the lever when we're ready. Let's in fact, yeah, no, that'll be 3 minutes before they're ready. Let's see about fixing something over here. So we've now officially run out of slots to blacklist here, and I'm gonna fix that. Because there's a block from Actually Additions that can work in much the same way as the vacuum chest, called the Ranged Collector, which is super cool. Ranged Collector just needs an iron casing and then we're good. So Ranged Collector is nice because it has the same filtering options as the item transfer system. So what we're gonna do is pick this dude up and we're gonna put the Ranged Collector in. And we're gonna whitelist what's allowed in here, right? So if we did Actually Additions, we could see some things. So for example, Restonia Crystal, start. I want one of these. So we're going to whitelist that this is allowed in here. This is a little bit tricky to do, but nice. So we're going to whitelist you. So we have a lot more whitelist options here, right? And we can also use the filter. So not you, actually. You. Nice. Lots more whitelist options, right? And you're probably in the middle of trying to craft that, so just to fulfill the request. And you should vacuum that up, Ranged Collector. Crystallized canola seed, whitelist. That should actually be working. Why are you not working? Oh, you're probably receiving a redstone signal. Right, that's why. So I probably have to move this thing. Receiving a redstone signal stops it from working. So we'll put the Ranged Collector here. We will put these guys on the whitelist. We'll put this on the whitelist. Yeah, because he's receiving a redstone signal, he wasn't working. So let's put away some things we don't need at the moment, like shears. The importer can go back here. We can rotate it. Let's make sure that you're showing everything. Cool. Nice. And then just a cable or two. Should have some on me. Cool. All right, so now with this thing here, he should Ranged Collector it. Nice. Cool. And this as well. Even with the redstone signal on, he's still gonna Ranged Collector it. Nice. Cool, that's what I wanted to see. All right. Let's get another speed upgrade in here because that was clearly part of that. So now we can, let's see, what else is in Actually Additions here that we want to teach it? It knows how to make diamantine, so let's do that. And then knows how to make palest chrysalis blocks, huh? I was doing the block form of these. Cool. So you and diamantine. Go, laser, go. Nice. And then we'll add these to the waitlist as well. Was that about it? Is there anything else down here that you know how to make? Oh yeah, this thing. And Yori crystals. And then we're good. So now that we've got a lot more whitelist options, we can totally teach it how to make more stuff. And we can drop you, you, and you just to fulfill the request. Nice, right? Sucked it all up. Beautiful. What I wanted to get was, in order to get the palest chrysalis stuff, we needed prismarine shards, which are quartz in here. So let's get quartz. Do we have any prismarine? We don't. So let's first drop this dude. Cool. We'll add him to the whitelist. Whoops. Totally didn't mean to do that. There we go. Cool. And then we can go over here and teach this guy that prismarine comes from quartz. Cool. That goes in this dude, and then we're good to go. See? So now we've expanded the whitelist options for this. We only had 5. I could have put the advanced filter in there, but I decided I wanted to go actual additions for the build since, you know, obviously it's an actual addition system. So that's pretty neat. So that's good. Let's see if we take a nap, how the animals are doing outside. Sound like a plan? See lots of bad guys on the map, so that's exciting. Yeah, got some more animals down here. So let's transfer, like I said, I think, so that will be 14. So let's get 2 more. So that we have an even 16 down here. And remember, sound muffler, so that's why sounds are muted right now. And then we can pop through the wall here. Should probably put some torches down here. And we can turn off the lever. And then if we check, what should be happening is these guys are getting, the adults are getting killed, the items are being sucked up, and the babies are unharmed until they grow up. So that's fully done. Like, this is perfect now and working, and I'm very pleased with it. So, hooray. That's cool. Let's put away our lasso and other junk that we don't need. And let's try and get that greenhouse glass now. So the only other thing that we don't have, if we asked for it, 50 of these, would be cyan dye, which is obviously pretty easy to make. And you know how to make cactus, right? Good. So I think I've got a crafter here, because we're actually out of slots now. I made a couple and never installed them, I think, last episode. So now I can make greenhouse glass. The only catch is going to be this guy can be a nuisance. How can he be a nuisance? Well, if something else is crafting here, they're going to conflict with each other. Like that. That's a perfect example of you being a nuisance. So I got to figure out a solution to this. I don't have one at the moment. So let's come back in a minute when this crafting is complete. So guys, while that's crafting, I just found a problem with my system. You are an importer, right? You're an importer? Wait, what? Importer. Exporter. Why is this importer set up with all these? That makes no sense. We're not going to do an importer anymore. We've got the exporter set up. So there's part of the problem. This chest is full, and this is where completed crafts go. Because I had my quarry running for a while. There's a lot to process, by the way. Like, running that quarry, I currently have 2.4 thousand iron ore to process. Oh, we also have 131 diamonds. Whew, that was cool. Uses a lot of power, but holy cow, that was a lot of stuff that I just got. So I'm going to fix this by making an interface, which I just crafted off camera, courtesy of auto crafting. And we can probably just put this cable right here, and then the interface right here. And then what we'll do is we will put, good, item conduits here and here, and we'll set you to insert on green, right? So this guy extracts on brown. Brown goes into here. Blue comes out, goes over to here. Green comes out and goes into the chest. We're going to change this to be extract only, so that no longer do completed resource go into the chest. They go into the interface, right? And then the interface will start sending items in. Now, if this thing's too slow, we might want to make a few speed upgrades or something for this guy. Just because... Oh, good. There's a few in here already. Nice. I made them for something. I think it was for the crafter in my basement, so we're probably going to want more speed upgrades. Just make 8, because why not? Okay, so now that thing is running again. So a little bit of a minor brokenness, but fixed. Let's get some more dirt. Miscounted. Works for me. Cool. So everything's working again. Back to this. The crafting is done. Hooray! I can put these things back in here so that they don't overlap anymore. And their crafting is complete. And you're done. Also, I turned off my quarry, by the way. I think I did that off camera, but I turned it off. So that's cool. So now I should have a bunch of greenhouse glass. Let's go swapping wand that stuff for a quick nap. And then we're going to wrap up the episode. So at this point, I expected to have been able to do the auto crafting, but we took a different approach to things. So greenhouse glass, check. Let's do you, and you. Does that sound like a good plan? You, and you. Nice. So now we've got greenhouse glass up there with 3 remaining. Beautiful. So that's cool. All greenhouse glassed. You guys should be growing nice and quickly now. So we have a lot of wheat coming in because we need to use wheat for multiple things. We need to use wheat to grow the cows, and we also have to use wheat for the actual crafting of the stuff. So that's why I have 2 rows of wheat now. This is working beautifully, by the way. How am I doing on beef? Already have 100 pieces of beef. That's cool. I wish I could make that looting in some way, but I don't think there's a good, easy way to do it. I'll come up with something maybe if we deem it necessary, but I think at this point, just because we have the cows growing so quickly, it's really not necessary. For now, though, it's wrapping up point. So Darwell20 signing off. Hope you guys enjoyed this episode. We'll be back next time to autocraft Beef Wellington, and then I'd like to check it out in the culinary generator. And there's obviously a couple other good uses for Beef Wellington and other good food sources, and obviously I could eat it because food is good. All right, guys, take it easy.